What up, Bulls Nation? We've got live CHGO Bulls pregame coming up right now. The Bulls still at home, taking on Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves. First time they'll play them this season. We'll take a look at what Minnesota did over the offseason, their start to this season, and the impressive 1-2 punch of Ant and Julius Randle. Plus, pregame picks, all coming up next.
1-2.
What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to CHGO Bulls pregame. Coming to you live from our studios here in West Loop, downtown Chicago. CHGO Bulls pregame presented by Michelob Ultra and Bet365. The delicious taste of victory deserves something equally superior. Cheer on your team with Michelob Ultra and download the Bet365 app with promo code CHGO365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Bulls Nation, game night. Wolves. Ant in town. Ooh. Thanks for joining us. Hit that like button if you're already with us on YouTube. I'm Peck, Bulls_Peck. That's Big Dave. Bam. BAWL Sports. King of the controls, the one and only Joey's. Hey.
Welcome back, Peck.
Hey, what's up, buddy? I missed y'all.
Hey, Julia. We missed you too,
hey,
sir. And Julia missed you as well. She says, welcome back,
I don't know
Matt.
about that.
Well, she just said, welcome back, Matt.
Well,
that means she
thank
missed
you, Julia.
So,
I missed you and everybody else in the chat terribly.
Yes.
Shout out to not only Uncle Will for coming and hanging out for a couple game nights, but, of course, our dear pal, Red.
Oh.
An absolute legend.
A legend.
Who I disagree with 99% of the time when it comes to Chicago Bulls. But a gem all the same.
Not on Saturday you wouldn't have disagreed with him.
Look, I did actually take, a few vacation days to clear my mind of Bulls madness, which you need to do a couple times a year if your life is literally talking about the Chicago Bulls.
Take a step away.
And I did, I kept one eye on those games while I was gone and also kept an eye on the shows.
Sure.
And I did find it utterly hilarious that after their fifth straight win, which was the Sixers win, right? Mm-hmm. Fred sat in one of these chairs and was like, you know what? Just go for the fourth seed. Yeah. The East is weak. We got what it takes. Let's go for it. 24 hours later, he's back here after a loss to the Bucks.
A few moments later.
I was wrong. This ain't it. The flip-flopping is truly impressive.
It was so impressive. I was very proud of him. One of the things I love about Fred is he will definitely admit when he's wrong about something.
Yeah.
Or he's changed his mind. He's like, no, I was wrong. It's okay. I'll flip it over. But me and Purdue definitely got a kick out of that. I told Purdue, that's your first time witnessing that. I was like, I've been witnessing it for years, sir. But that's my man. I appreciate him, man.
Yeah, Purdue did like a double take.
Yeah.
Whoa. I got that.
What?
Wait, whoa. Was I or was I not sitting next to you last night when you were saying something very different? But honestly, you know what? Like, that's one of the reasons I will always appreciate Fred, in addition to the fact that he is one of the OGs of Bulls podcasting, along with his pal Doug. Shout out to Doug as well.
Shout out, Doug.
But, is that he encapsulates that night by night, moment by moment fandom.
Yeah.
That I don't do.
Yeah.
I'm mostly a skeptic and a cynic and cranky all the time.
Sure.
Because, hey, guess what? The Bulls haven't won a playoff series in a decade.
Make you cranky.
I think it's a little legitimate. But, Fred will get so high and then also so low when things aren't going well. It's like, I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, I don't
It would
either.
drive me mad to have that much fluctuation in how I felt night by night as a Bulls fan.
A lot of emotion in my man Fred. I try to be the middle ground, you know what I'm saying, for him and Matt. I try to be the middle ground of it. Of course, I skew more towards the positive with mine, but I try to stay in the middle because the Bulls like that place too. But I try to stay in the middle about this team. And, again, I haven't moved off of what I thought they would be. When they win a game, that's exciting. I'm very excited about, them getting a win and things like that. But I haven't lost sight of what they are. And I think that's the key of it, is it can fool you.
Yeah.
It can be like, look at this. Look at how this, how we do it. Look at that. You feel And I'm like, what's that thing behind your back? Like, what's that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
One thing behind my back. Shout out Brandon Bills.
Shout out Brandon Bills.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh my God, 5-game winning streak to start the season. Oh, 7-game losing streak.
Right.
A 5-game winning streak. Hey, guess what? The truth and the team lies in the middle.
Right in the middle, ladies and gentlemen. So that's where we are, and we're happy y'all are here with us in that middle.
Absolutely. So obviously a tough loss against the Bucks a couple nights ago ends with a little mini fracas, and Giannis, Duncan, a lot of people had a lot of opinions about that.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious, especially after we heard from Vooch and Kobe and whatnot after that loss, and especially after Giannis just bullied them for most of the night, how they'll respond to a loss like that, and also a loss that broke a solid momentum streak that they had going with those wins.
Yeah.
And especially against a team like Minnesota, who the Bulls have not seen a team of that, ilk, I think, in quite some time.
Correct.
This is it's crazy that they are the 6th seed in the West.
Crazy.
Because they are 20-12.
Jesus.
That would have you as the 3rd seed in the East right now.
What up?
And they are also coming off of 2 losses.
Yeah.
They were 20-10. They've taken a couple of tough L's, so they are coming into tonight like, yo, this needs to be a get-right game for us. We're on the road, but this is a get-right game. They had the heartbreaking loss in OT against Joker and the Nugs, even after Ant hit that miraculous shot to force OT.
Sure.
And then on the heels of that, they lost to Brooklyn. Who loses to Brooklyn? The Bulls do. But, so again, both teams needing this to be a game where, it's a get-right game.
Yeah.
Bulls coming off a tough loss, Minnesota coming off of 2 tough losses.
Yeah.
Something's got to give. So I'm pretty, I'm looking forward to watching this one tonight to see what the heck happens.
There's also a part of that in there, Matt, where concerns me a little about the Wolves and how they'll approach this, because I think they're coming in for blood. And the reason I feel like that is last season.
Yes.
The Bulls beat the T-Wolves in both those games they played.
Did what now?
Yeah, they beat them twice. They beat them in October, and then they beat them again, I believe, in either February or March. Can't remember which date. But they beat them twice. The Minnesota Timberwolves, the Bulls swept them. I don't think Anthony Edwards forgot that.
No, he's psycho.
And he was there for both of those games. I don't think that's left his mind. So coming in on that losing streak against a team that beat you twice last season, who I'm sure it ate you up that you lost to that team that way, and seeing how the Bulls just lost, as you mentioned, against Milwaukee, wondering how they're going to come in and play. I think Minnesota is really coming for blood in this game, man. So I think we're going to see a really determined T-Wolves squad out here. We'll see if the Bulls come out in that same kind of fashion, because, like you said, they need this win just as much as the T-Wolves need it.
For sure. So speaking of those Wolves, because this is the first time that the Bulls have seen them this season, let's do just a very quick recap of how last season ended for them and what they did this offseason, because they basically were a team that was very good, went very deep, and then mostly just ran it back. They went all the way to the conference finals in a very difficult Western Conference, taking care of the Lakers 4-1, taking care of the Warriors 4-1, and then lost to the eventual champion OKC Thunder 4-1 in the conference finals. This, in doing so, Ant got himself some hardware, another All-Star nod, 2nd team All-NBA, finished 7th in MVP voting, and Rudy Gobert got himself another All-Defensive team selection, 2nd team to be specific. Nice. Finished 49-33. Basically, they prioritized keeping the talent they had this offseason. Joey, I don't know if you have that quick offseason recap, but they paid Julius Randle to stick around, 3 years, $100 million. They paid one of Big Dave's favorite players, Naz Reid, 5 years, $125 million to stick around, and then some filling in around the edges. Bones Highland got another year contract, as did Joe Ingles. Neither of them have seen a whole lot of playing time so far this season. They drafted Yohan Beringer with the 17th overall pick. He has not seen the floor a lot compared to most of this 2025 rookie class so far. One key departure being Nickeil Alexander-Walker, one of their more reliable role players over the last year or so. He left in that sign and trade to Atlanta. Luka Garza and Josh Minot also left in free agency. So a very similar Timberwolves squad to the one that, as you pointed out, the Bulls handed it to last year.
Yeah, they really did, man. And so Nas Reed, of course, y'all know I went crazy about Nas Reed.
Reed!
He's been having an interesting year because it hasn't been the Nas Reed that, we kind of know and are used to. He's been, just a tick a little lower for Nas. So we'll see if he can find it and get it together. But guys like Rudy Gobert and guys like Anthony Edwards and guys like Julius Randle, who really I think has found his footing now. Because now I feel like he's a little more comfortable with the team and what they want from him and the role and accepting of how he plays, his game. Because you and I remember when that trade happened, I remember you and I were the main ones like, this sounds like it could work. And everybody was going, we were like, no, this sounds like it could be a good thing for both of these teams. And it's good to see it working for both of those squads right there. So, yeah, they really, really, really got a lot to prove with this. There's some numbers I want to say later on that will in this show. About a matchup, about the center matchup that's going to happen. But yeah, man, like I'm really looking forward to it being some sort of exciting game. I don't know how long it will be exciting. And what I mean is if Minnesota goes crazy, which they could do that, it could, get out of hand. Or the Bulls could go ahead and just go crazy from the 3-point line, which we've seen them do. And they could have that happen as well because, again, the Bulls, pretty healthy right now, man, which is what we keep hearing about the Bulls. When they're healthy, they play a little bit better. So what I know is Bulls are still, even if when healthy, what I've seen, they're still right there in the middle. So we'll see how it turns out.
Speaking of fairly healthy, let's go ahead and before we take a quick ad break, just knock out injury updates and lineups for both squads. So Zach Collins is out. They already ruled him out, I think, yesterday.
Yeah.
With that toe soreness. And actually, shout out to the GOAT, who y'all should be following for his in-game updates. We'll talk to him in post-game, Will_Gottlieb. He and the crew were talking to Billy before the game tonight, and Billy elaborated, and actually they're calling it a toe sprain now on his big toe, and that not only is he not playing tonight, Billy said don't expect to see Zach Collins in any games this week, is how he phrased that. So that means not playing tonight, almost assuredly not playing. They got a New Year's Eve game Wednesday night against New Orleans. They also then have another Friday, Saturday back-to-back at the end of the week. So that you could also be talking about not having Zach Collins for that Friday, Saturday back-to-back. So we could be talking about a 4-game absence for Collins here.
That's a problem.
Which is not ideal because you've seen Billy not only just specifically lean on him, but lean more so on having 2 of the 3 of him, Jalen, and Vooch out there.
Correct.
And especially for a team with like Minnesota that has all of the length and all of the size that they do, you think that Billy would have been ready to use some Zach Collins tonight.
Yeah.
If only for get me some rebounds and hand out some fouls.
Yeah, he's got a lot of those.
Yeah.
But thankfully, Jalen Smith will be doing part of that job as well, man, because they're going to need all the help they can get.
Right. So otherwise, clean injury report for the Bulls. Josh Giddey was questionable for that game back on Saturday ended up playing. He is available tonight. He was on the injury report, but they didn't even list the ankle that had him on the injury report before. So Josh should be good to go tonight. Okay. Also worth noting that you don't expect to see any of them, and the Bulls wouldn't need any of them, but they did include all 3 of their two-way guys right now, Trenton Flowers, Emmanuel Miller, and Lachlan Olbrich, dealing with the various injuries and not available were they to be needed.
Oh, man.
So for all of you diehard Windy City Bulls fans out there, perhaps some more pertinent information.
Shout out. Mark Shanowski, what up, baby?
Shout out, Mark! And then as far as the T-Wolves are concerned, Terrence Shannon Jr., will not play. He's dealing with a foot strain. But otherwise, clean injury report for Minnesota. So your Bulls starting 5 is the usual one we have come to know as the team has gotten healthy. You got Kobe and Giddey. You got Okoro, Modest, and Vooch. For Minnesota, it's Dante DiVincenzo. It's Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Julius Randle, and Rudy Gobert.
It's a formidable 5.
My friends, it's a formidable 5.
It's a formidable 5, man.
Let's knock out a quick ad break. We'll come back on the other side, dive into a closer look of what Ant and these Wolves have been doing so far this season. Hit that like button if you haven't done it yet. It's free. We'll be right back.
He's back. You can be good. It's a thing. You can do that. It can happen. We've seen it.
Sure.
You can also be great.
That's better.
Yeah, that's what I've been told. Great is awesome, man. But there's a special uranium door.
Oh.
Shout out to Frazier. You can be ultra, ladies and gentlemen, ultra. And the only way to be ultra is with the cold, crisp taste of a Michelob Ultra. Because whether it's can or whether it's bottle, once it hits those lips, it is full throttle. Off to the races. Well, guess what? What makes it so ultra, Big Dave? I'm glad you asked me that, Big Dave. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Thank you very much. It is also the official American beer sponsor of your Chicago Bulls. So superior game meets superior taste. Hey, there's superior game. I'll let my friend Superior Taste shake hands. So grab a Michelob Ultra, superior light beer as you cheer your team on. Because no matter what you're playing for, make it superior of Michelob Ultra. Be ultra magnetic.
CHGO Bulls also brought to you by Bet365. And right now, with their early payout offer, you are a winner if your team goes up by 17 points with an instant payout on straight bets and parlay selections marked as winners. Download the Bet365 app. Use promo code CHGO365 when you sign up, because when you do that and then place your first $5 bet on anything, football, basketball, hockey, whatever your heart desires, when you place that first $5 bet, win or lose that bet, don't matter. You're going to get $150 in bonus bets either way. And you could use those bonus bet dollars on just about everything. Spreads, totals, player props, futures, and more. They've got something for every football night throughout the year. Thursday Night Football, $10 safety net bet. Sunday Night Football, $365K jackpot. Monday Night Football, 50% super profit boost token on same game parlay. So what are you waiting for? Download that Bet365 app. Use code CHGO365 when you do. Whatever the moment is never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. We're back, CHGO Bulls pregame rolling along on Monday night ahead of Bulls Wolves at the Madhouse in town. Shout out to everybody hanging out in that chat. Hit the like if you didn't do it during the ad break. As Quem Cephala in the chat just said, more likes, brother. That's right.
More likes.
For those of you in the chat who aren't already subscribed to the CHGO Sports YouTube channel,
How dare you?
shout out to you. What's up? Thanks for being here. You should probably hit that subscribe button. If you haven't heard, we are closing in on a very special landmark at CHGO.
Woo.
Our CHGO Sports YouTube channel, just a few hundred away from 100,000. We are getting there.
Right
99.3 and change.
Oh.
Let's add to that number from pregame and into postgame as well tonight.
That's right.
We are going to be doing a long live show throughout a large stretch of tomorrow, I believe starting at 11 a.m. Central
11
Time.
11 a.m., baby.
To commemorate this awesome occasion.
Yeah.
With all of the who's and what's-its of CHGO Sports
Yes.
who contribute to this channel, who make it our life's work to provide this sports content and sports talk for you, our fellow diehard Chicago sports fans.
Love y'all.
And we can't do it, could not do it without y'all.
Can't.
So everybody who's already subscribed, we appreciate y'all so much.
Yeah.
If you haven't subscribed yet, you can be a part of that really cool club that get us across that threshold. I've heard that they even send you a plaque when your YouTube channel gets to 100K.
Me and Goat want that plaque so bad.
I want the plaque.
Want the plaque.
Add it to the trophy case.
I just want to hold it in my arms.
Add it
Like
to
a
the trophy
newborn
case
babe.
with the three-peat CHGO softball champions of the Chicago Media League.
We got so many of them that we have put cold, crisp, refreshing Michelob Ultra in there, man. Because we're like, what else do we do with all of these? We got so many.
Put some beers in there.
Put some superior taste in there. Put that superior taste right up in there, baby. Going for 4.
Shout out to all the subscribers, and if you haven't subscribed yet, why not do it? It's a great way to get alerts whenever we go live, including for emergency podcasts on big breaking news.
Yes.
It's real cool. Also, I did not know this, but Jake mentioned it when we were, in our work Slack the other day, talking about getting ready for this big momentous occasion. You know that of all of the YouTube channels in existence that start and exist as YouTube channels, less than 1% of them ever make it to 100K subscribers.
Really?
Less than 1%.
Are you serious? Wow. We're in rare company out here.
That's
man.
right, baby.
Hey, man, shout out to us real quick.
Shout out to us and shout out to
and
y'all.
shout out to y'all for
getting there.
For thinking that we are worthy enough to even be right there right now, y'all. That just puts some stuff in perspective.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much.
Pretty cool.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
Less than wow. Wow. Thank y'all, man, so much.
Only
bro.
the top 1% of the 1% get to 100,000 subscribers. I would also like some soup.
We're going to do. We're going to take it there.
Hit the like button.
Hit that like.
If you want the like,
It's free.
you hit the like.
Just like a college education should be.
Equal housing for everyone.
Universal health care. That's shout out to Kimberly, one of our diehards.
Kimberly.
Yeah, for sure it is. Shout out to you, Kimberly.
Yeah.
Much love. Hope you had a lovely holiday. With that, turning focus back onto tonight's game, and again, reminder, shout out, we'll be live tomorrow at 11, not us specifically, but throughout the day, starting at 11 a.m.,
Yes.
a show commemorating 100K. Be there for that, too. Bulls. Wolves. As I said, 20-12, currently 6th in the West. They are 8-6 on the road so far this year. They have the 9th best offense in the NBA at 117.5 offensive rating, the 7th best defense, and 8th in the NBA in overall net rating at plus 4.1. As far as what they are elite at, Dave, they're just above average in a lot of categories. Their offensive four factors rank anywhere between 7th and 15th.
Okay.
So they're 10th in effective field goal percentage, 13th in limiting their turnovers, 15th in offensive rebounding percentage, and 7th at free throws per field goal attempt.
Okay.
And that one I think is interesting and worth noting to keep an eye on tonight, because sometimes the Bulls get themselves into these crazy, insane free throw battles, or some nights they use it to their advantage to get to the line more frequently than their opponents and do so efficiently. The Wolves get to the free throw line more than only 6 other teams in the NBA, but their percentage of 75.9 ranks 25th in the NBA.
Wow.
So the Wolves are getting to the line more than most teams in the NBA, but they haven't been converting them. And shout out to Rudy Gobert specifically.
Oh,
honestly, I wouldn't hate it if Billy Donovan gets himself a little Hackarooty idea at some point in tonight's game. Rudy Gobert, and shout out to him, currently right now has a league best 71.4 overall field goal percentage. The dude shoots no threes, literally has not taken a three this season, but 71.4% from the field.
That's pretty good.
Leads the NBA.
Yeah.
Other than his rookie year, he is also this season, right now, shooting a career low 52% from the free throw line. Contributing to probably the at-large Minnesota Timberwolves free throw numbers not being all that great.
Okay.
Hack a Rudy.
Hack him.
I'm for it.
Right across that forearm right there, ladies and gentlemen. You want to do that. And just staying on Rudy real quick, wanted to just real quick, because I wanted to know the matchup between the two big guys tonight, between Rudy Gobert and with Nikola Vucevic. Because from what I remember and I recall, I was like, it seems like Rudy Gobert usually has a good game against the Bulls. So I just, went real quick and looked it up. And as you mentioned, what he's shooting from the field.
Yes, sir.
It's pretty doggone ridiculous to go with his 13 and 11 and about, I think, 1.7 blocks a game that he's averaging.
Yes, sir.
Out here. So against the Chicago Bulls, since he's been with the Minnesota Timberwolves, 16 points a game, 13 rebounds, 13.8, 2 blocks, shooting 69%, basically 70%, because they're 69.6%. He's a plus 32. And of those rebounds, what I found more crazy, of the 13.8, 6.2 of them are offensive.
I was about to ask you how many of those were offensive rebounds.
6.2 are offensive. So he definitely elevates his game when he's playing the Bulls. And the Bulls right now defensively are So I expect him to have one of those games. But also, I expect Vooch to have one of those games as well. Because since the time that Rudy Gobert has been with the Minnesota Timberwolves, Vooch is averaging 20 a game, 8 rebounds, and 3.6 assists. True shooting percentage of 61%. But the key for me, Matt, why he's getting that 20, he's shooting 40% from the three-point line.
There you go.
Why is that happening? Because Rudy Gobert is not coming out there to defend the three-point line. He is a traditional center in that sense.
Not gonna do
so
it.
I expect Nikola Vucevic to go ahead and get those pull-up threes, or as I used to call them, the Matt Peck pull-up three. I expect him to get those. I expect him to get those from the baseline because those are going to be open to him. So I expect Josh Giddey to get that ball over to him, get his assist numbers up, and Vooch to be hovering around a 20-plus point game performance with some rebounds to boot. So it should be interesting offensively for both sides for those big men.
Well, and as you have said many a time so far this season, Dave, as Vooch goes, the Bulls go.
Most impactful
If Vooch
player
plays
when it
well,
comes to winning.
Bulls got a good shot at winning.
Yeah.
If Vooch doesn't play well, tough sledding.
2-0 last game.
So they also, of course, have Julius Randle. So along with Ant, we'll get to him in a second. But Randle and Gobert, along with Ant, are 3 of 6 averaging double figures for Minnesota so far this season. A solidly balanced offense. Randle having one of his stronger years, 22.5 points per game. Struggling a bit from behind the arc, but he's never been a high-volume three-point shooter, 33% from downtown for Randle so far. But doing solid work, not just with 7 boards, but perhaps somewhat sneakily. leading this team as a playmaker with 5.7 assists per game. Randle creating good looks not just for himself, but for his teammates. But honestly, with the ways that Randle gets to his spots on the floor, with his strength primarily, I am worried about that specifically defensively tonight.
You should be. It should be a concern, man. On the defensive end for the Bulls, man, they just not been good. At least that's what I've been told.
Not great.
They haven't been great out there. And when you have offensive guys, dare you say juggernauts out there with a guy like Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle can get in that bag, man, where he absolutely goes crazy on a team. The way that I expect him to be open is maddening in my brain. And I expect him to be open and creating his own shot in that sense. Now, the Bulls bench is what I feel can attack this because Julius Randle plays a lot with that second unit.
Yep.
So I expect them to attack him in that kind of instance, being that death by 1,000 cuts, attacking him when he puts the ball on the floor and tries to dribble, getting guys like Trey Jones, nipping at his heels, guys like Ayo Dosunmu doing the same kind of thing and getting out on that break and running because Julius Randle is also not known as a great defender either. So they can do that to their advantage and play it that kind of way. But if it's just going to be the way of Julius Randle, give him the ball and let him cook all day, everybody's going to eat very, very well for Minnesota.
And speaking of cooking, Anthony Edwards, having himself a pretty good season so far.
Ooh, he's pretty good.
Have you ever cooked up a bowl of ants? Probably not super tasty, but his cooking is. Taking a look at what Ant has done so far this season, 29.3 points per game. Thank you, Joey. 5 boards, 3.7 assists, 1.2 steals, and his shooting splits really flirting with that 50-40. 49.2 overall, 39.7 from downtown, and a very respectable 81 from the free throw line. 29 points per game, 49 and 39 shooting splits from the field and from three, and the 1 point, it actually should read 1.4 steals per game. All career highs that Ant has working.
Good for him, man. That 3-point percentage is the one for me because I feel like he's really made an emphasis on that this season as far as his attempts and, getting to that 3-point line more and more consecutively. And I think that's just part of him trying to extend his career, kind of trying to move into, the next phase of it because he knows he can't, be dunking on everybody all day long. It's a little hard on the knees, a little hard on the joints. So, hey, let's work on this 3-point shot, something he's pretty solid at, something he's pretty good at anyway, and shooting close to 40%, well, damn near 40% from there. Yeah, he's just becoming even more and more scary as he goes on.
Shout out to D. Lasso in the chat who said, it's the Sprite. Yeah,
Sprite.
Could be. Obey your thirst is what I hear. Anti-Claus. Shout out for those commercials. I'm still partial to Lil Penny myself, but,
Of course.
It's for a certain older generation.
Yeah, we debating what was better.
Yeah. Come on. So Anthony Edwards also first return of fan All-Star voting came out earlier today. Okay. Joey, I'm not sure if you have that graphic as well. But so Ant right now 6th among a stacked list of candidates for Western Conference All-Stars. Yeah. He is 6th in the first return of fan voting. Also, on the other side, on that right column for East voting, you might also see Josh Giddey's name at 14th. With, I think, like 115,000 votes exactly, something like that.
And I see him, he's the 8th guard on that list. Am I seeing that right, too?
Yep.
Yeah. I think you are, sir.
But they're also just taking the whole front court, back court thing out of All-Star voting by position now.
Correct.
So I based on these first returns, I do not anticipate Josh being somebody who will be voted in as a starter.
No.
Combined between fan voting and media voting.
No.
But 7 reserve spots. There's also this new weird format now where it's international players versus USA players.
Correct.
Like I'm not ruling out the outside shot of Josh maybe being selected as a reserve for the international team. We'll see. I mean, I guess I don't know how you feel, Dave. You feel encouraged to have some representative on the Bulls in this first poll of fan voting, even though if they're not, towards the top.
Yeah, I am. I always like seeing my team being talked about on, when we're talking about NBA's best. It's good to see that. I loved it when Zach was like that, when he was there, when Vooch was there, when DeRozan was there. It's just fun. Even when Kobe was there playing in the Saturday games that they were doing. I can't remember the tournament that they had, the skills tournament. That's what it was. when he's there representing, when Modest is there in the dunk contest. It's just always good for me to see my team represented because it makes me really want to watch more now. Like, oh, okay, let me check you out. One of my guys is there. I had Josh Giddey making an All-Star game before the season started. So it's not surprising to me to see him on here. I think the fact, as you mentioned, the format, Matt, changing and it being more of the world, USA versus the world, increases his chances of making an all-star team. Obviously for the world, because he'll be playing for the world team, Craggy. So I think this is good for him. It means people are definitely noticing, even if they're just watching the stat sheet, they're still noticing Josh Giddey and the skills that, he is providing out there on the floor for this team. So good for him. Good first return. We'll see what it looks like when it comes back.
Stuff in that stat sheet.
Stuff in it.
That's for sure.
He's looking at it.
We'll see when we get another batch of fan voting in, if he moves up or moves down or stays about where he is right now.
Yeah.
But shout out to him for getting those votes because nobody else in the Bulls jersey did.
Nobody.
So, but, I'm curious how the ratio of Bulls fans and compared to Giddey fans.
Correct. Oh, yeah.
Casting those votes.
That's a great point.
I was actually having a chat with my brother-in-law's brother's son. I don't know what relation that is with me, but over the holidays, younger NBA fan.
Those are all cousins.
Younger NBA fan, but he knows his stuff.
Yeah.
But we were talking about how younger fans, younger generations of NBA fans, they're fans of players, not teams.
Yeah, they are.
So I think Josh
LeBron.
Giddey is a strong example of that being true. All right. Quick, before we get out of here, Pregame Picks.
Pregame Picks.
Presented by Bet365. Download that app. Use code CHGO365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. First game back. Love getting some bets in. All plus money. Josh Giddey, 10 or more assists at plus 155.
Ooh.
Why not?
Why not?
I mean, I think he had 9 in their loss to the Bucks in the 3 games prior.
Okay.
Somewhere between 12 and 15.
Nice.
So when you're giving me plus money on Giddey having 10 assists, I'm taking it.
All right.
Jalen Smith knocked down a couple of threes the other night. With no Zach Collins, you might see his minutes go up a little bit tonight. 2 or more made threes for Jalen Smith tonight at plus 180 money. I love it. Let it fly, Jalen. You were talking about letting it fly.
Yeah.
Why not Jalen?
He's going to have an opening too.
And Julius Randle. I talked to you a minute ago about how scared I am of Julius Randle.
You did.
Bully balling his way around his court tonight.
And rightfully so.
On the screen door on a submarine, Bulls defense. So 25 plus points at plus 180. We all know that Ant can go off on any given night.
He can.
I have a feeling that tonight might be a big Randle night. We'll see how it goes.
All right.
But 25 plus points, very modest and doable for a dude who's averaging 22.5 on the season.
Yeah.
Plus 180? Why not?
Why not?
Plus, I thought it was fun. Josh, Jalen, and Julius. Those are my 3 bets tonight.
Triple J.
Triple J.
Hey, let's do it, baby.
We got to get out of here. It is almost tip-off time in Chicago. Thank you all for hanging out with us, for hitting the like button. Reminder to hit the like button if you haven't done it yet. Reminder to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done it yet as we close in on 100K. We'll be right here for postgame. We'll see you then. Enjoy the game. Peace.
Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.